Sorry. 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 What did I eat this morning that made me burp like this? I think I shouldn't drink so many energy drinks. I hope I might crush at school today. This time, I'm asking her out and not just walking away. Her scent makes my stomach flutter, and it's truly a feeling of happiness. Luckily, I moved with my parents' new town. Without them, I would never have met her.
Willkommen to BeamNG Drive. And I know, everyone said about the new update v.036. Now it's my turn to tell you what's new in the update, so let's take a look.
There it is. Let's take a closer look at the thing without any rush. For the first time, we have a school bus in BeamNG. I'm talking from the developer's side, of course. Some modders have already created American school buses, and now the devs are closing that gap. I think this is really cool. Keep it up. I'm not saying modders aren't needed, but it's another idea for developers. Together, the mod community and developers can achieve more. Now let's take a closer look at the bus. There are a few cool features I want to show you. Since I've never been to America, buses like this aren't even on my radar. There are no such buses in Germany. Of course, the mirrors are a must. Very important. Turn signals, and this is where you can open the hood. On the other side there is also a latch that we have to open to make it open. We will look at the heart of the thing later, but first we will show the external features. A stop sign, so then we fly to the wheels and sniff them. I meant observe. They look really realistic. I'll show you a real wheel from a school bus. Awesome, the devs are really putting in a lot of effort. Can't complain. Moving on, we can open these little compartments here. There are 3 of them, so there are enough for your BeamNG collections. I think you could take a nap here. A walrus could easily fit in there. But he's a pretty skinny walrus, so take it to heart. Buy yourself a school bus. Just a little fun. Since I know nothing about buses, I don't know what that is. Oh well, let's do it. Maybe we'll find something interesting. Nope. Nothing to open or admire. Just ordinary side lights. Even more realistic wheels. Remember these parts, it will haunt you at night. But it's not Halloween yet. Let's move on to the rear of the bus. This part is a bit more interesting, because we have something to press. We have an emergency door here that we can, should, and must open. So if the bus catches fire, you can get out of here. We also have rescue windows on both sides, which is really fantastic. Necessary so they can escape. Here's the other window, which can be opened just like the other one. No magic trick. So let's close it now so no flies can get in. Phew, that was too hard. The whole bus shook. Don't worry, folks. First comes the interior of the bus, then the cockpit. It really gives you that American bus feeling, like in the movies. Enough. Now we come to the cockpit, and this is also the highlight of the MD school bus. Open your eyes. This button is for the handbrake. The bottom button is for the ignition, as you'd expect. The right button is for the door, so it's still manageable. The sound is truly impressive when the doors open and close. Then we come to the center console, where we can press even more buttons. The first row of switches controls the external light sources on the bus, so you can have fun with them. There's something for everyone. Showing all of this would be beyond the scope of this article. Who wants to watch an hour of video? With this button we can switch the low beam and high beam on and off. I don't have the ignition on, so it's not working right now. We can also turn on the interior lights in the bus. The rear area is probably illuminated. This row of switches is responsible for the lighting inside the bus. Oh, it's getting brighter and brighter. This is really awesome. I'm as happy as a kid. Even more light, that's great. Now we can see even better. The entire bus is brightly lit, which is world class. You don't see that every day in this game. So everything is closed again. With this button we can control the fan on the dashboard. These little features, which aren't really that important, make this game even more interesting. Thanks, devs. I wonder if we can change direction. Everyone says that trying is better than studying. We'll see. Come on. It doesn't look like we can move that thing. It's petrified on the dashboard. I don't want to be a spoilsport, but why does the bus have an LED warning light on the roof? Is this a mixture of the future and the past? Well, here we have the swiveling stop sign again, and it also lights up. Cool, right? Now we'll start the engine and take a look. Of course, that's the least I can do for you. And don't worry, it will be a pleasant trip with driving pleasure. I know it's taking a while for me to collect my thoughts. It's just a two-stroke brain. Even from here, I can see the excellent work the developers have done. As I've said so many times, attention to detail. I have to say, since I've never seen a bus engine, I find it even more exciting. Then we want to leave the engine alone and hide it under the hood again. Wow, it locks automatically when you click on the latch. I wouldn't have thought so. No way, he wants to mess with me. He doesn't obey me. What a shame. Alright, something's going very wrong here. That can't be right. Not this time. I'll click it twice. If there's no other way. The time is right. My viewers of the BeamNG community, the bus is about to hit the road. I can safely speed up this process, since I have to get the bus roadworthy. I don't want to bore you to death, or I'll get hate comments. Turn off the interior lights so we don't waste so much electricity. Everyone knows that electricity costs are inhumanly high. You've almost made it. Don't panic on the Titanic, otherwise Jack Sparrow will come and get you on his pirate ship. I just realized something. I haven't shown you the escape hatches yet. How dare I?
Did you steal my dogs?
No, Your Majesty.
Squimberry juice.
I was so hungry! I didn't mean
Open
to!
it, Dad!
If we look up, we have a rescue hatch here. That's what I call it now. This reminds me of my bus mod video. The day one bus mod had something similar. Very nice. I like it a lot. You first have to unlock the red safety latch, and then you can fully open the gap. Like I did before. I'm just closing the hatches because it's too cold here. That's what a girl would say, but we men are strong. Another change to the radio menu was made to the Fun Stuff tab. The kaboom has been slightly reworked. Now it really looks like an explosion, and you have to see it. Otherwise, you'll get tomato sauce on your eyes. Great, that was a great demonstration. We'll do it again. This time it won't go wrong. Here we go. Oh yes, that's what I call a hardcore explosion, and I'm not just saying that. The engine was even thrown from its mount. So we can say with 100% certainty that it was an explosion. Keep it up, devs. The remaining parts are lying there. It looks pretty cool. Like a battlefield, only with car parts. Let's float to the engine, because I have to take another look. Otherwise, I won't be able to sleep at night. It's pretty heavy. I think it might be around 800 kilograms. But I'm no bus expert. Just a fish in a test tube. Nice, I've always wanted to do that. Just throw engines around. Another thing that's been added to the Fun Stuff tab is random route determination. Wait a minute, the excitement here has made me nervous. I've got it, so this is the good one. Not really important to me, but still a cool feature. Now I'm curious where it will take us. I hope not somewhere in the middle of nowhere on the map. That wouldn't be great. We're supposed to turn right now, but my gut tells me to go straight. That's it for us. Goodbye. We just drove into the tree at 74 miles per hour. I told you, trees are stronger than buses. Get that behind your ears. Very bad. The engine has become loose again. This time there is nothing we can do. Do you notice the deformation? The devs have even refined and improved it with the update. Wait, I think we need an even better demonstration. A steel coil can help us with that. The ideas are flowing like water again. I have to scroll further down and keep my eyes open. Even further, that's it. We need you. The 5-ton steel coil is enough. We don't need anything else. So, people of the night, are you ready? You definitely are. We don't need to exaggerate. The height is already high enough. The moment of truth has arrived. Now let's get started. Now that's what I call a huge dent. They convinced me again to keep the game. That's it for the MD bus. Now the next new candidate comes into play. So stay tuned. This is the MD armored police truck. You heard right, an armored one. Of course, you were missing that one. It looks incredibly tough. You immediately notice the robustness of the doors. Armored Division Police. That's a cool name. Wonderful, the rear is obviously armored too, otherwise it wouldn't be acceptable. The doors don't open immediately. You have to unlock them first. I press the door handle. Nothing happens. It unlocks next to the handle. Ta-da, no magic tricks, just a few clicks. Let's get in and open the passenger door from the inside. We can't open the door like this. There's a release button on the driver's side. I have to say, this is getting better and better. I really feel like I'm in an armored car. I have now unlocked the passenger door, so we can open it now. Great, we passed this part without any effort. Of course, we still have more buttons to press. We can also activate our headlights from this control panel. Simply top-notch. Makes me happy. Since it's a police truck, we can control the siren from here. With this button, we can turn on the siren. Easy peasy. That was the power button, very important. And the other button was for changing the siren mode. Of course, we need the siren to be turned on so we can change the mode. This time there are only two modes. Scene mode and general mode. Don't worry, I'll show you. Very important. This is the scene mode. I don't see any difference right now, but maybe some out there will notice this right away. That's not all, there's more to come. There is more sun and a better location here. As you can see, the cargo space is still empty, but that will change. If you go to the top of the area tab and click on vehicle configuration, you can change the loadout. The devs have developed the beaming dollars and now we can fill the truck with cash. We have one with a $6 million pallet, which is a lot of money. We'll have to take a closer look at it. I'm interested to see what it looks like. Too fast. Money has a magical attraction. There is something in money. Just kidding. I set the camera speed too high and that's why this is happening. That's better, so everyone can follow me and see what's happening on the screen. What a gentleman I am. Okay, let's continue with the context. I've changed my mind. We're going up a notch. There's not enough money. So we have another big pallet with $36 million. Crazy shit. With that, we can buy some fancy ETKs in career mode. Anyway, now it's time to get into the details. Let's take a closer look at the money. Things might look good at first, but that could change quickly. Inspector mode. Oh, too bad. You can't see anything on the dollar bills. It's not a big deal, and this is what $36 million look like. Of course, that's not all. We have another special pallet. Let me spawn it for you. Patience is the true power. You'll soon open your eyes wide. Maybe not. Actually, the amount here is even smaller than in the previous ones. But this time the money is filled in bags. Well, that immediately reminds me of the one from GTA 5. And I don't know why. Could be because of GTA 6. You can also grab them and throw them around. So it's also physically calculated. With that, we've concluded the money issue, and the question arises. Can the truck stop a cannonball? Let's begin the experiment. There we are, and of course I won't stick with a cannonball. That would be too boring and not exciting. We have one on the right side, one in front, and one on the left. So we've covered almost everything except the rear. The experiment can begin right away. The armor will also be put to the test. This way, we'll see if we have a chance against pirates. The left cannon will fire first, followed by the remaining cannons. Sounds good, right? That certainly sounded intense. I'm curious to see what it looks like now. From here it doesn't look bad at all, but I could be wrong. Oh shit, the entire door was ripped out of its frame. Not good at all, folks. The pirates have easy prey with this. We can say that the pirates won this battle. I want to check if the car is still drivable. It's possible that it's just external damage. I highly doubt it. Nope, it doesn't move at all, so it's capable of being robbed. Bad design. The second cannon is ready to fire, and it will. A pirate adventure with destruction. That's a hard hit on the side of the armored police truck. The slow motion makes it even better. Precision is at its peak today. I hit the door right on target. The cannonball is stuck. Another reason to celebrate. The door is open. Now the pirates can steal the money without any problems. So what does that mean? We're doomed. So, it's the penultimate cannon's turn now, and it will fire directly at the front. And yes, you heard right. That's the penultimate cannon. Come a little closer. That was too far away before. Yes, that should be enough. If I look at it that way, it's too close now. So the distance is sufficient. Now we can shoot again. The armored truck is being completely destroyed. Well, but destruction is my thing. Phew, what a dent. The cannonball did its job properly. I like to see that. Pure destruction. Then all that's missing is the rear end. We'll have a bone to pick with you too. But first, let's take another look at the front. Yep, it's set up correctly, but that was the goal. I can live with that. I've aimed the cannon and we're ready to fire. Ready for more destruction? Of course, that's what we all want. Just destruction. Let's see if the doors can withstand it or fall out of their frames again. This time the doors weren't blown out of their frames. But we can't open the doors this time. Better for the police. The rear doors were much stronger than the side and front doors. So the experiment is over. On to the next section. This one is an MD-70 school bus equipped with a JATO and a ram plot. It looks absolutely adorable. Then we have the MD destroyer here, and there will be another battle. Who will destroy the other more and prove who is the king of destruction? Then I'll set the AI to hunt me. And then we'll see who's better. This is the battle of the giants. Just a little more patience and get your popcorn ready. This will go down in BeamNG book history. If not, I'll be history. So let's get started. Waiting too long isn't healthy either. I'm really excited to see what happens. Oh, we also have nitro available, which makes things much more intense and exciting. I can see him from afar. He can now safely forget his name, Destroyer. The new Destroyer is standing before him. Man, that was a serious head-on collision. The MD school bus's body is slightly detached from its chassis. You don't see that every day. The bus pulls it for several meters ahead, and the MD Destroyer has thus lost its name to MD School Bus. The winner is 100% the school bus. Let's take a look at the chaos. This is a joy to me. It's just intense and breathtaking. Melted together. Okay, I have to retract my statement. The school bus looks much more destroyed, so the Destroyer keeps his name. Let's move on. The next candidate will be the unstoppable MD-60, which sounds promising. And yet I'm a bit skeptical. Oh well, there's still a chance. Before we begin, I'm going to fill the cargo hold with something. Of course, it will be filled with money. Now we're ready and can begin the spectacle. I still have to set the AI to hunt me, otherwise it won't work, you destruction enthusiasts. I'm only doing this for you, and of course for myself too. We just need to switch to high gear and use the nitro injection, then we'll definitely be ready. Holy cow, how slow the acceleration is. It's really like a snail trying to run away. Well, I hope the armor is strong enough to stand up to the Destroyer. Otherwise, I'll be forced to pull the ripcord. And what do we have nitro injection for? Come on, you unstoppable colossus. We don't have all day. The time has come, my friends of the BeamNG community, and everything will be decided here. Who will win and take the victory? Okay, so the unstoppable one has been defeated. The Destroyer has really shown who's boss for the second time. The armor turned out to be a disadvantage, something I really wouldn't have expected. The Destroyer even caused him to spin. What a battle, so I'll end this section here. But I still have to do something. For example, this and the Flames of Reason must also appear. Then on to the next section. 2 more vehicles were worked on by the developers and slightly modified. A new shine, I'd say. What you're seeing here is the enhanced version of the Burnside Special. The devs are working at full speed, and it's impressive. Really awesome. You can immediately tell this car is from the 1970s. Everything looks so fresh and cool. Kudos to the developers. Let's take a look at the interior. But don't expect magic. Don't worry, you'll get a glimpse of the action in a moment. My finger speed isn't as fast as the esports athletes. It's not that different. It's been polished up, and that was necessary, as I've heard from other BeamNG content creators. I'll also show you the new engine the developers have added. It's a flathead V8, as you can see. That makes it even better. Okay, the developers really took their time here. It looks really detailed. So now I know what they're capable of. If I even give it a little gas, the radiator spins even faster. Simply heavenly. I had to say that. So, we've seen the engine. Now only the trunk is missing. I have to find some small details somehow. OMG, what is that? A spare tire in the trunk. A great choice by the developers. We really need something like that in our cars. With the update, we now have a total of 22 variations of Burnside, which is quite extraordinary. So then I'll show you another polished vehicle. I'm talking about my not too old Tornado video, which is a bit lower on the list and needed some love. And of course, I can't pronounce the name correctly. The Miramar now has 27 variations, and I think that's absolutely great. The car now has 2 body styles, a coupe and this one. It's called a ute. I'll show it in a bit more detail so it doesn't get too boring. I've hidden the user interface to make the immersion much more pleasant and to make it look more sensational. I kind of like the body style. I don't know why. I can't explain it. Then we'll take a look at the engine. But first we need to inspect the interior. There's no halfway. That's the motto. When I see it like that, my eyes sparkle with admiration. I don't mean to sound so abstract, but that's the fanboy side of me. The heart is the best of all, although the other parts are equally important. Where's the open button? Ah, they're in the middle, like in the i8. So, BMW i8. You can Google it if you don't know what the car looks like. Looks good. I don't need to go into any more detail because it's just perfect. Now it's the trunk's turn. Why won't it open? I'm doing something wrong. Oh, you have to open the rear window first, which is really rare. Since I can't afford classic cars anyway, this is always such an exciting experience, because many of the developers' cars are inspired by real cars. So, of all the Miramar variations, I'll show you the best variation in my opinion. So, drum roll. Oh no, no drum roll today. The Mira Mighty definitely sounds like a superhero car, if I may call it that. The orange color makes it kind of fierce. A full review should still be possible, and then we'll remove the user interface so it stays even better in your eyes. How fierce this gem looks. The color fits in nicely with the vehicle. The rims look pretty fantastic for such a classic car. That's really awesome. Before we wrap up, we'll do a trunk check, then an engine check, and last but not least, a sound check. Of course, we also have to take a look at the interior and take a picture of it, even if that sounds a bit harsh. Now comes the sound check, and everyone wants to hear and enjoy it. As with the other version, except opening the rear window, you can open the tailgate. Now it's the engine's turn. That's what I'm looking forward to most. It's going to melt everything. Just look at this beautiful red-painted engine. I'd call it a 9th wonder of the world. Okay, I think I'm exaggerating. I need an engine like that too. Oh yeah, I don't have a car anymore. So I thought about getting a donkey. All in all, the update was an important one. So I hope the video wasn't too bad and you enjoyed it. If not, feel free to dislike it. Have a nice weekend. I'm Crash Away.